We also have some PGA Tour action this week, the Butterfield Bermuda Championship. I believe this is the first time in the fall that we've got back-to-back weeks with a fall PGA Tour event, and that seems good because our model's on fire with golf right now. So where are we headed for the Butterfield Bermuda Championship?
Well, we're headed to Bermuda. And yes, I don't want to wait another week because I want to get right back on this horse with the Dimers model that is crushing these fall events. As mentioned, we cashed Ben Griffin outright, and in the ladder last week, JJ Spawn, Matt Kuchar, two other winner picks we had, both finished in the top 20, both were T11, I believe. So really good stuff from the model last week. Going to run through this one pretty quickly, and then I'll bring up projections. I'll just bring up the projections now. One thing to note, we don't have the odds coming in on the site for some reason right now. Just a little hold up on the back end, but we do have all of our predictions, and I just manually checked the odds for all of us because I'm a dedicated podcaster. So let's dive into this here. Port Royal Golf Course in Bermuda, $6 million purse, par 71, just over 6,800 yards. It's the only course that has ever hosted this event, so anyone who's played here before will be familiar with the course. It is one of the shortest courses, and it has pretty large greens, just like last week. So patience and precision with the putter are definitely going to come into play, but it's not easy because there's going to be a lot of wind. Looks like sustained winds of 20 miles per hour, gusts up to 30 on like early weather reports. So something to keep in mind all weekend long here. But overall, the holes themselves are not inherently difficult. The par fives are all under 555. 6 of the par fours are under 400. Some of the extra length comes on par threes that are over 200. So it's not a inherently difficult course, but the extra factors are going to be what comes into play here. So honestly, would be worth looking at the weather before you maybe place some per round bets and see if someone's going to be teeing off when the wind gusts are higher. You might want to avoid them or fade them a little bit and look at somebody if they project similarly who has a more favorable tee time with the weather. But so we look at our overall projections. We got running it back with Matt Kuchar here at the top, 5.5%, our favorite. He's plus 4,000 at DraftKings, so you're getting a really nice edge here. He would be, 5.5% under plus 2,000 for fair odds, probably about plus 1,800, I believe. Made a run last week at a familiar course. Now he's got a chance to do so again, stringing together a really good fall. T13, T18, and T11 in his past 3 fall events after doing a very lackluster regular season. 15th ranked putter, 36th in driving accuracy. So he's got pretty much the tools you need here. If he can just cut through some of that wind, it shouldn't be too hard for him to be in contention. Notably, he's 110th in the FedExCup rankings. Top 100 automatically get a bid next season. He can use a career exemption if he's outside that, but he probably doesn't want to, given that he's this close. I would expect him to make a pretty tough push, strong push this week. Our second most likely winner, Nico Echeverria, 4.8%. You can get him plus 2,800 on DraftKings. Really good form to close the year. He missed the cut to open fall, but he finished T38 in the FedEx St. Jude Championship, just missing out on the next event there. And then 9th and T14 in his past 2 fall events. Another really excellent putter at 8th, 48th in driving accuracy. So pretty similar profile to Kuchar here. And our second most likely winner of the tournament. Both those guys are absolutely on my card. Matty Schmidt, plus 3,000 on DraftKings. He made a run last week, was in the lead after I think it was round 2. Finished T8 on the weekend. Very good result. 5 top 10s this year. Peaked with a solo second back at the Charles Schwab. Another really good putter. Ranks 31st. Not accurate at all off the tee. Well below average. But he's 25th on distance. And very, very good on approach from 200 yards or more. 3rd best. So if he can at least keep the ball in the fairway, avoid the wind, he should be able to shorten up these holes with his irons. Just about fair odds at 3%. Pulled a solo 3rd here, I think in 2023. So familiarity with the course. And one more here, Matt Wallace, plus 3,500 on DraftKings. He was a guy we looked at last week as well. Couple of cuts in the fall events, but also a T3, T27 to finish the regular season, T10, T31, and 2 fall events. So pretty solid form for a guy outside the top ranks. Not a lot of metrics to blow you away. Very middle of the pack in putting and driving, but he does rank 16th in scrambling around the green. So, a couple wayward shots, and he might be able to take advantage and steal a few birdies. He'd be fair at plus 2,800 with our 3.4% probability. So just a little bit of an edge there at plus 3,500 odds. I'll play all 4 of these guys. I usually do with the model. I play every edge, and then I look at 2, 3, or 4 guys that I like based on course fit. Usually regardless of the model's odds, because realistically, it's anyone's tournament with these. It's a really weak field. I don't even think it's a full field. I think it's a 78-man field, but it's really weak. There are like no top-ranked golfers in this. So really anybody's to steal. And we're on a pretty good run with the model, so no reason to really fade it right now.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's I like these golf tournaments where the stars aren't there. Don't get me wrong. I love watching Scotty Scheffler, Rory McIlroy. As a golf fan, you don't want to miss them. But it's chaos when they're not there. It's just anybody's tournament when the best in the world are not in action.
Mm-hmm.
Count me in on Matty Schmidt. I think that's my play this week. 30-1. Love those odds. He was unreal at points last week, and to have a good history third in this tournament, I think his eyes are going to be lit up. So Schmidt is the one I'll tack my name onto here. Thank you, Dave, very much.